Nancy Mace, sit down. Nancy Mace, sit down.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Just when I was out, they pulled me back in. Nancy Mace, ain't nobody pull you back in nowhere. Ain't nobody called for you. Ain't nobody called for you but that Mad Dog 2020. That's the only thing that doesn't call for you. Cisco, Thunderbird, and them Goodwill pajamas and that dog. They the only ones that doesn't call. Ain't nobody calling. You hearing things. You need to dry out and it might stop. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
Honey, show them you're okay. See, I told you he was okay.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
Now, as I'm sure you've heard, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham has passed away at the age of 71.
Senator Lindsey Graham is dead. He died on Saturday, July 11, 2026, according to statements from his Senate office by major outlets including CNN, the Associated Press, and NBC News. He was 71 years old at the time of his transition. They say that death comes in threes, and I am wondering.
Who's next?
Lindsey Graham was a senior figure in Senate GOP politics, elected to the Senate in 2002 after serving the House for over 2 decades of Senate tenure. In recent years, he was widely known as a close ally of President Donald Trump, having shifted from an early Trump skeptic to a strong supporter, particularly on judicial appointments and national security. Please note that Lindsey Graham recently visited Ukraine, meeting with President Zelensky in Kyiv to discuss air defense needs in progress on a Russia sanctions bill in the U.S. Congress. Zelensky's office noted that Graham's 10th visit to Ukraine, underscoring his long-running role as one of Kyiv's most vocal champions in the Senate. May he rest where he is resting, enduring what he is enduring. May his memory be a reminder to all who loved him and who now are grieved.
Well, I wasn't necessarily going to put it that way, but since you brought it up, Graham died Saturday night from a brief and sudden illness, his office said in a statement. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. Hey, who talking? Expecting Mitch McConnell but getting Lindsey Graham is like ordering a chocolate chip cookie but getting a snickerdoodle. I'm confused but not upset. See, this is why this is a Who Raised Y'all. Because y'all don't know how to act. Y'all don't know how to act. I seen your jokes. I seen your memes.
Welcome to hell, mother...
Not only is that morally wrong, it's even factually wrong. Because we done seen Mitch McConnell. We done got proof of life from Mitch McConnell. Now, does anybody out here want to actually be respectful? I cannot effing believe this is how I found out Lindsey Graham died. Let's see. Attention all. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. You know what? Let me go to Michael Fanone, somebody, an officer. Okay, he's an officer. He was with the Capitol Police. That's somebody who understands sacrifice and respect. Lindsey Graham is dead. I will always remember my first and only encounter with him when he looked the grieving mother of a dead police officer in the face and barked that he wasn't going to listen to her blame Trump for January 6th. When I showed him my body cam footage from that day, he turned away and looked at his phone. Wow. I didn't think it was going there. I didn't think it was going there. I really did not. You know, y'all making Piers Morgan look right. Seeing the despicably cruel, heartless, and abusive way that many in the UK and US have responded to the deaths of conservative politicians, Ann Widdecombe and Lindsey Graham, reminds me that the least kind people on earth are ironically those in the hashtag #BeKindWokeLeft. That's true. That is a very good point. Because you remember how y'all's president acted when Robert Mueller died. Robert Mueller just died. Good, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. President Donald J. Trump. And don't even get me started with Rob Reiner. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie actor and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. See what I'm talking about? See exactly what I'm talking about? Even went so far as to brag on himself while he trashes the... Wait, Rob... Piers Morgan said woke left, didn't he? Hey, he wrong again. He can't even be right in a eulogy. That's a daggone shame. No wonder everybody drag him.
These days, and it's why we have now such a low quality parliament on both sides of the House. I mean, it's really low. And it is because for about 25 years now, the major parties, at any rate, have selected by identity rather than merit. And I've actually seen this up close, firsthand. And
shout out to Ann Widdecombe's family, because I didn't even know she was getting dragged. He brought her in this for no reason whatsoever. I ain't know nothing about that. No. Hey, Piers Morgan. You just got to ask yourself in a moment like this, what would he want? What would he want? Lindsey Graham got on national television and said, "We're killing the right kind of people," after 168 Iranian schoolgirls were bombed. May my heart continue to stay despicably cruel, heartless, and abusive to those who celebrate the deaths of children. That don't sound right. That don't. He didn't say that. You got video?
He recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Why? Because if you got a problem with that, take it up with God. He's the guy that did it, not Trump. So I just want to say, I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
Man, he just said that in public like that? Has anybody checked on Iran? Where were they while all this was going on? With Russia? Okay, get your tinfoil ready. Graham inspected a drone factory in Ukraine yesterday. Russia blew up that facility today. Then tonight it's announced that Graham is dead from a, quote, sudden illness. No more details. I'd say there's a decent chance that Russia blew up Lindsey Graham. It's always one, isn't it? It's always one. Just out here talking crazy. Did Russia just eliminate warmonger Lindsey Graham in Kiev? Okay, it's two. Russia realizing the entire world has no problem with them killing Lindsey Graham. Yeah, it's growing now. But hey, at least you can keep it confined to those two countries.
And as to this commander-in-chief, he did something people talked about doing. You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship that's killed priests and nuns. They've preyed on their own people. Their days are numbered.
Graham, you just wait for Cuba. Their days are numbered. That doesn't look good. Cuba has outlived Lindsey Graham. Does anybody have something good to say? You know what I mean? Where's all the positivity at right now? Lindsey Graham wasn't married and had no kids, so who called the police in the middle of the night? Some things I don't think we want to answer to. I think that's best left unsealed in 50 years. Emergency service were called to Lindsey Grenada's home. Lindsey Graham is unmarried and has no children. Who would be with him at night in his bedroom to call medics? But why would you put that photo there though? What does that photo have to do with who was there? I'm not understanding that. I just, we in a good place right now. Why don't y'all just stay there? Now that Lindsey Graham is dead, many new clients and victims are speaking out. Actress Jessie James Rose just opened up about being one of them. Despite Lindsey's sexuality being an open secret in D.C. for decades, he ceaselessly harassed and demeaned LGBTQ people while in public. See, normally when people pass, the family and friends like to speak out. So, that's who coming out of the woodwork now. Just woke up to find out Lindsey Graham is dead. LOL. Most of you know him as the homophobic senator from South Carolina, but to me, he will always be the man who paid a Twinkie pre-transition college student. Hey, that I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up for that. I wasn't checking when he was with us. I'm definitely not checking for it now. Go to the right side of the aisle. What do people on the right got to say? Because y'all can't be trusted.
Lindsey Graham is inexcusable and should not be allowed back on television. Period. He is frothing at the mouth.
We're gonna blow the hell out of these people.
This guy is a homicidal maniac with a bloodlust that is insatiable.
Iran is going down and Cuba is next.
What the who voted for that? No one voted for that.
We're marching through the world. We're cleaning out the bad guys.
Whoa. You have no fucking kids and no fucking clue. Those of us who have children, especially the moms I know who have kids who are in the armed forces, don't have the same bloodlust that you have, childless, weird man in his dark corner basement that he wanted to get off again watching bombs blow up.
That's what she... I know because I said that Alex Jones could say a few words, but if that's what they... Now I know it ain't going nowhere good.
Death is the great equalizer. Death is the expiration date that God puts on us all. The weak, the powerful, the famous, the unknown. Lindsey Graham at 71 died of cardiac arrest last night in Washington, D.C. Lindsey Graham was the protege of one of the worst warmongers in modern history, John McCain. Lindsey Graham helped engineer all of the modern wars we've seen in the last 30 years. Lindsey Graham has been at the heart in the last 16 years of overthrowing governments in Ukraine with the State Department and engineering this war that's killed millions of people and that threatens thermonuclear Armageddon. Lindsey Graham, a few days before he died, was in Ukraine during all the different secret factories for the robot drones. And he was an ever-Trumper who consistently tried to undermine America first. The guy was a total globalist and also the equivalent of an Israeli agent. And of course, Israel's leadership is mourning his death. Now we'll have obviously a special election because he just won re-election for 6 years in his state. So I don't like to speak ill of the dead. His record speaks for itself. I saw him do an interview about a week and a half ago. His face was very puffy. He looked very, very unhealthy. And, quite frankly, he looks about like how Trump looks.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And showed signs just overall of serious issues. I'd also seen him on the campaign trail appear to be drunk quite a bit.
Did you say the man was drunk on it? Why are we talking about his drinking right now, though?
We also saw him spend 3 days alone a few months ago, right before the election, in Disney World in Orlando, bizarrely walking around with a bubble wand, following little kids around.
Hey, Alex Jones, we not. Come on, dog. Come on. Ain't nobody say nothing about Disney. I done said enough about Disney. I've used it on my thumbnails multiple times. I'm not going to use it no more out of respect. And here you is bringing it up. Hey, Ted Cruz, how about you? Lindsey was a fearless patriot, a devoted public servant, and one of the fiercest advocates for America's national security. He loved this country deeply, and he dedicated his life to defending it. Thank you, Ted Cruz. Thank you. I didn't think I would ever thank you for anything, but you finally came through. Oh, no, you know what? You got a comment. If you killed Ted Cruz on the floor of the Senate and the trial was in the Senate, nobody would convict you. Lindsey Graham, February 25th, 2016. Do we have to go to South Carolina for y'all to show the level? Nancy Mace, sit down. Nancy Mace, sit down.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Just when I was out, they pulled me back in. Nancy Mace, ain't nobody pull you back in nowhere. Ain't nobody called for you. Ain't nobody called for you but that Mad Dog 2020. That's the only thing that doesn't call for you. Cisco, Thunderbird, and them Goodwill pajamas and that dog. They the only ones that doesn't call. Ain't nobody calling. You hearing things. You need to dry out and it might stop. Ain't nobody called for you. And just like y'all to make it about yourself. Here I am trying to admonish my people and get them to show a level of respect, but you want to make it about you though. Y'all hold the moral high ground. Now this is your calling. Shockingly, Lindsey Graham died a few minutes after speaking to President Trump, confirming the Senate was all set to pass the Save America Act, according to the president. Come on now. Wait a minute. So y'all gonna use this man's death to advance your agenda? Is that what y'all? He wouldn't do that. I know he's shameless with the Rob Reiner and all that, but not with his own people though.
President Trump, thank you for joining us, and my condolences to you.
Well, thank you. He's a tough one to lose. He was great. He was unique in every way, actually.
He was, Mr. President, and I know that we are all just absorbing this news. We are all in shock. Can you tell us, Mr. President, how you received this news and your immediate gut reaction when you heard it?
So what makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime at, the early evening, maybe in the 7s, and he called and he said, we're all set for the Save America Act. He was pushing the Save America Act like crazy. He got back, said he just landed from Ukraine. I said, that's a long trip to make. He said, he sounded a little tired, but perfect, but a little bit tired. Had a right to be. And he was a worker. He was really a worker. But he sounded great, actually. But he actually said he was tired. But he wanted to pass the Save America Act.
Is that so? Is that so, Trump? Well, what I heard was that he had had enough of all the anti-DEI, and he decided, white people, y'all done run this country into the ground. Let's put black people in charge. That's what I heard. That's what he had just agreed. That's what the Senate had just agreed to. That's what he told me. He said they was looking at a constitutional amendment on term limits to bring back Obama. That's what he told me. So, since we just saying things, and we gonna make D.C. the 51st state. How about that? That's what he told me. He sure enough did. Okay, here we go. Now this is on the level. You sure y'all want to go with that? So they are just openly admitting that Lindsey Graham was basically a mole for Israel. Hey, y'all probably just want to throw people off the scent a little bit. You know what I mean? Just wait and let things. Y'all not gonna wait? Not even a day.
But let me tell you, the last conversation I had with him, I said, Lindsey, we've come of age. We have a robust economy. We can take care of our own, financing our own weapons for the defense of Israel and defense of our common interests with America. So I'm going to phase out the support, the military support for Israel over a period of years and bring it down to zero. We can do it. And he went ballistic. He said, no way, you can't do that, because he was so concerned with our security, which he believed was your security, that he actually fought the Prime Minister of Israel on keeping America's aid or actually increasing it. And that tells you what kind of a person this extraordinary friend was.
Lindsey Graham dies and Fox News immediately rushes to get a Netanyahu interview. Tells you everything you need to know. Honestly, I'm speechless right now. I'm speechless right now at all of y'all. At all of y'all. I just let him speak for himself at this point. That's it. He can be trusted.
America First is to kill people who wish us ill.
I feel good about the Republican Party. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II. You just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks. We're going to blow the hell out of these people. We're in a religious war here. I am with Israel. Do whatever the hell you have to do to defend yourself. Level the place.
Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end their existential threat war? Why was it okay for us to do that? I thought it was okay. To Israel, do whatever you have to do to survive as a Jewish state.
Iran's going to have a choice in 2 to 3 weeks. You either do a deal where you get out of the business you were in, or we're going to blow your stuff up. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people that want to kill them, destroy them, a second Holocaust in the making. What is the proportional response to people who want to kill you and your family? God. They're running out of ammunition in Israel. We have to help our friends. I go back to South Carolina. I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast. To our friends in Israel, God bless you. I'm with you in every way. To all the anti-Seminites, to all the isolationists, forget it. I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. There's no better partner on the planet than Israel. God bless Israel. Right. We should move all our stuff to Israel. Thank you.
Never forget when Senator Lindsey Graham dismissed hurricane victims to talk about Israel.
You know, I've been going all over South Carolina like most people. I hadn't slept much. But look what's going on in Israel. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people that want to kill them, destroy them, a second Holocaust in the making. And Biden says be proportional. What is the proportional response to people who want to kill you and your family? God. They're running out of ammunition in Israel. We have to help our friends.
South Carolina. Y'all just don't put Nancy Mace in. Can y'all at least agree? I know what it's, just don't put Nancy Mace. Can y'all at least do that? Huh? Where y'all at with Trump right now? Well, again, like I said earlier, ask yourself, what would Lindsey want?
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office. And I'm a Republican and he's not. He's not a conservative Republican. He's an opportunist. He's not fit to be president of the United States. He's disparaged women. He has an 80% disapproval rating among Hispanics. At the end of the day, he would be the most flawed nominee in the history of the Republican Party. He accuses most illegal immigrants of being rapists and drug dealers. He plays into the idea that maybe Obama is a Muslim.
70% of us in South Carolina believe that Donald Trump is not a conservative Republican. We think that he's unfit for office, that he would be a terrible commander-in-chief. He doesn't have the temperament or judgment.
I think Donald Trump is a political car wreck, and people slow down and look at the wreck, but they eventually move on.
That was it. I'm not going to argue with the man. I'm not going to argue with the man.
What do you mean by that?
You know, for a man that was always so respectful of, maybe not people in other countries, but, people here, value life. Lindsey Graham said that Joe Biden would be dead by the end of the year. Joe Biden eating breakfast this morning. See, there y'all go. See, there y'all go. There y'all go with it again. Like, I mean, come on. How many times are we going? Hey, how about at this moment? How about at this moment, you show the grace of a Joe Biden? How about that? From Hunter Biden, when I heard about Senator Graham's death last night, the first thing I thought about was not all the things he said and did in service of Donald Trump. I thought of the time before Donald Trump when he was a brother to Senator John McCain, a time when senators from different parties could fight about politics and still be friends, a time when a conservative Republican from South Carolina could say of my father, if you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, you got a problem. He's the nicest person I've ever met in politics, as good a man as God ever created. That is the Senator Graham I'll remember today, not because I've forgotten what came after, because in that memory there's hope. Hope for a country where brothers can fight like hell over policy and still share a meal and a laugh and the loss of the people they love. I will choose to remember the time before Trump because I believe in an America after Trump. Now that is how you remember somebody at a time like this. That was as classy as... The MAGA said, what now? I'm living rent-free in your head, son.
Why? 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 Why?
So just so I'm clear, the man who extended positive thoughts and love to Lindsey Graham, who came for his own father, you see fit to troll. Piers Morgan, I think we got some more woke left, be kind drama over here. Oh, the woke left, they at it again. Not to mention the fact that what made you think coming for Hunter Biden was going to end well? You know his work. No, the cost of the rent has been incalculable to all of us. Now that's how you clear a beat. Now that's how you clear a beat. And if that's how Hunter is talking, I can only imagine how classy Joe is at a time like this. Jill and I are shocked by the sudden passing of Lindsey Graham. Lindsey and I served together in Congress for over a decade and worked closely on many issues throughout the years. We traveled the world together as members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. We disagreed often and sometimes loudly. Lindsey and I did agree on the profound importance of public service. Like me, he loved the Senate as an institution, even with all its flaws and complexities. To his family, his staff, his constituents in South Carolina, and everyone who loved him, Jill and I are keeping you in our prayers.
Flashback. If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation. Because what's not to like? Here's what I can tell you, that life can change just like that. Don't take it for granted. Don't take relationships for granted. I called him after Bo died, and he basically said, well, Bo was my soul. We've talked for a long time. He came to my ceremony and said some of the most incredibly heartfelt things that anybody could ever say to me. And he's the nicest person I think I've ever met in politics.
Is that right?
He is as good a man as God ever created.
Joe Biden and Lindsey Graham were friends for years. In 2015, Graham tearfully called Biden an amazing human being. Then Trump came along. Graham threw that friendship away to serve a man he once called a danger to America, attacking Biden personally and even going after his family. Biden still chose grace. That ability to rise above betrayal and remain a statesman is what makes Joe Biden better than most of us. It sure enough does. And for somebody who was treated the way that he was, not just by Lindsey, but by the whole party at large, at least in this moment can show a level of character. I know that ain't who I think it is. From Katie Miller, did your staff write this?
Nasty bitch.
I just have to think of the motivations of a person who, after somebody on the opposite side of the aisle who has been attacked, shows a level of grace and extends that grace, decides to post something like that. It reveals the true twisted character and the fact that this kind of peace is not the goal. That chaos and discord is in fact a currency, and the only currency that they can respect. I'm not going to argue with you, Katie Miller. I'm going to let you be exactly who you are. But it is incumbent upon all of us to handle her as such. Have we considered Lindsey Graham's Senate seat is just cursed? No. Lindsey Graham is the 7th person to have held South Carolina's Class 2 Senate seat that died in office. What? There be Strom Thurmond in them? If I had that seat, I would scoot over and call mine the Class 1. That ain't right. Hey, Nancy Mace, you still want this? You still want the seat? Huh? It just opened up now. Lindsey Graham just passed away, and influencers are already promoting Nikki Haley to replace him using the exact language. Seems organic. Let me see this. Would you be okay with Nikki Haley succeeding Lindsey Graham? I'm still angry at her for running against President Trump in the primary, but she'd be guaranteed to hold the seat for the Republicans in November. See, still mad at Nikki Haley, but I'd vote for her to save the Senate. Look, I'm still pissed Nikki Haley ran against Trump in the primary, but facts are facts. She had locked down. Wow. Wow. And here I am, just thinking that only Trump is the kind of person that could try and move the political football at somebody's death. Huh? Nah, that is just the whole party line now, isn't it? While you admonish the woke left for how they are conducting themselves, y'all are literally fighting over the seat. The man not even cold, y'all fighting over the seat, trying to get the SAVE Act put. That's, I can't think of nothing more disrespectful, quite. Scott Jennings, sit down. CNN Scott Jennings said he just spoke with Senator Lindsey Graham for 20 minutes and he sounds fine. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. I see y'all at the repass. I see y'all at the repass. I'll be in the back.